Good morning. This is a walk in the Word. We're going to go to Jonah 1 through 3. Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and call out against it, for their evil has come up before me. But Jonah rose to flee to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare and went down into it to go with them to Tarshish, away from the presence of the Lord. What is Jonah about? Most of us would say it's about this guy. He gets swallowed by a whale, and then after a while he gets spit out and he goes to Nineveh. Right? Because we're all familiar with Jonah and the whale. But that's not what Jonah is about. Jonah is about someone who hates someone so bad that even when God calls them to go there and offer them the gift of salvation and reconciliation, they will not go. Now we can understand that, can't we? Because Assyria and Israel are not friends. They're mortal enemies, and Assyria has tried to destroy Israel a number of times. So he doesn't like them. In fact, he hates them. So when God calls him to go, he's like, no, I'm not going to go. In fact, he goes and flees to what would be called the ends of the earth at that time, Tarshish. And then God catches up to him, because we know that he shakes the ship up, it's about ready to sink, and they throw Jonah in the water, and Jonah gets eaten by a big fish. And then he gets spit out again. But listen to this. He gets spit out. He walks through the city, and people accept it. I mean, the whole city, from the king on down, gets saved. And Jonah's still mad. He's still mad. So he's outside the city, and it's hot out. And God gives him a plant for shade. And Jonah's like, yeah, man, I got some shade. But then God puts a worm there that eats the plant, and the shade is gone because the plant dies. And here's what God says to Jonah, because Jonah's mad that the plant dies. He says, And should I not pity Nineveh, that great city in which there are more than 120,000 persons who do not know their right hand from their left, and also much cattle? Here's the point. You and I can easily be like this, because there are people that we don't like. I'm sure that right now there's at least a half a dozen coming to mind, and the same with me. But remember where you were before God saved you? Remember how bad you were, how miserable you were, how lost you were? And the point that Jonah is making is, as much as we may dislike them, we still have to offer them the gift of salvation. Because what right do we have not to do that? God did that for us. So how can we hold back on someone else? How can we say, I got my Jesus, you go get your own? How much hate do we have to have for that? And if we have that much hate, how much help from God do we need to get rid of it? So, who do you hate so much that you don't want to be saved? Can you pray for him today? And maybe pray for him all week. All right. I love you, and I do hope you have a great day. Bye.